I want to show you how to get your clubs tuned in perfectly for you.
We're talking lie angle right now.
We're talking lie angle, and here's what we do on tour. Once you've got your clubs exactly where you think they're, let's say I'm a 1 degree flat guy, okay?
Yeah.
But I want to even check them more than that.
Yeah.
So what we do is we take a club, and I've stuck this little pad on the face.
Impact tape.
Impact tape.
Right.
But you don't really need it. You're going to put a line on a ball with a marker. We're going to lay it vertical on the ground, and I'm going to take a swipe at it.
All right.
And I'm going to show you what it came up with.
All right.
Now, what this club says is what I thought it was, and what we're looking for here is as you put your golf set together,
Right.
with each shaft there's going to be slight variations in how they bend and droop.
Right.
Now this is a 7 iron that I deliberately had 2 upright for this test.
Right.
But as you can see,
Well,
there's 2 things going on here. It's tilted to the right, this way. It's not vertical. It's
Right.
slightly off center. And it's not in the center of the club either.
Right.
So what we're looking for is we want this thing to be vertical. Dead vertical in the center of the blade to make the mark. That means the club is swinging down, and the club wants to work for you and hit the ball in the center.
Okay.
Now, this club is 2 upright.
Okay.
And to prove it so is the impact line is pointed towards the toe. Now remember that the ball is gone, but if this club's coming in 2 upright, let me see a ball. You got a ball in your pocket? Let me see a ball. So, okay. Now you put your hand flat like that, and I'm going to shoot it for the camera. This is the ball, and here comes the ground. And this club, as it comes down, if it's 2 upright for you, as you can see the sole there, it's going to draw the tape out to the side in that fashion.
Yep.
So what you'd do, you'd go home and you'd bump this a degree flatter, and it'd be on the money, and you retest it.
Right. And the thing is too, if your toe is coming in high, then that's going to have make the heel big, and it's also going to be sending the golf balls to the left rather
Right.
than.
So now I'm going to hit another ball with club that we've already pre-bought that's too flat. There, Mike? Okay. The wetter the paint, it's going to be better or show up, so to speak.
Well, yeah. Well, that was.
So I've got this one deliberately
Flat.
a flatter lie angle than I'm used to. You're going to set me one up here, maybe right there. Yeah, see, now it's the total opposite. It's coming the other way. So, as you can see now, let me hold that towel, please. This one was, as it looks, is closer to the center. The center was probably there, but as you can see, if the line was bigger, it would have gone. That would have been the angle.
Right.
As opposed to the draw, I mean, the one that was 2 upright was more this angle, right?
Yeah, and coming from more in here.
Exactly. So this club here is a little too flat.
Yep.
So now I'm going to hit my club that I've already done. I've done the test to.
Right.
And we're going to see if it shows up dead center, straight up and down.
All right.
It's better when it's, obviously when it's really, really dry conditions.
Huge degrees
Well,
off,
no,
but it's
no,
but it's off.
We want to get the set until we'd love to test the set the reason you do dynamic lie angle test is you want to get the set almost perfect, but you may have one club that you don't hit right.
Right.
And the dynamic lie angle test may be that it's still bent as what it should be, but the shaft is drooping in the wrong spot for you with that club.
Yeah.
So you may have to have, for example, you may have to have your 5-iron the same lie angle as your 6-iron for your 5-iron to swing right. Are you with me?
Yep, I am. Is this good right there?
So this is my club. And that was a nice straight shot too, right?
Yep.
So, let me wipe that off. So, this is a brand new set of Titleist clubs, the new 710s. So it's slightly off the toe hit.
But that line's vertical.
That line's vertical, so it's pretty good on the lie angle. Anything that's in a degree or two. So I would hit this some more, but I already know just because of my own specs that this club is working pretty darn good.
Yeah, so it's
And
close to perfect,
so
if not
all I'm
perfect.
telling you is, come on out here in front of the camera. All I'm telling you is this is how you fine tune your clubs.
Yep.
And
So-
particularly when you get into the short clubs like the wedges,
Yep.
and you may have a different wedge than the set, or you might have bought a wedge with a different shaft than the rest of the set. You need a dynamic lie angle so you can get it to where, with your swing, it wants to fly straight.
Right.
Does it make sense?
Yep. We should probably, Terry, can you point? I'm going to grab a wedge here, and I
You want to do a dynamic lie test?
Well, no. What I want to do is I just want to show how much more important it is to get this exactly right. Can you point down to the ground? Can
Sure.
you hold that, Elk? Okay, Okay, this is sitting flat on the ground. Okay, now if this is pointing straight out of the face of the club, I'm pointing it straight at the camera. Now watch how that changes as the heel goes. Do you see where I'm pointing now with that wedge?
Yeah, every increment you lower that, it comes to change your toggle up and to the left,
And when I go the other way,
up and to the right.
so this thing is not only coming in toe, if you're coming in with the toe, if you're too flat, you're also going to be sending shots consistently to the right, unless you make a major compensation. But this flat on the ground, if this was your proper thing, your proper lie angle, is ideal. Flat on the ground and pointing straight at the target. Now, that's why you'll notice a huge difference in your wedges. But now if we go into a 4-iron, this is going to be straight, okay?
Straight and flat, level,
Yeah.
level sold, yeah.
But when we come in heel, it's not sending it to the same percentage to the left
No,
and right
no,
because it's a
because
product.
you've got another variable, which is the loft.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the thing is, when people are getting their lofts and lies done and so on, it gets very critical when they get into the higher lofted clubs to really get going and do this type of dynamic tie.
Do the dynamic lie test.
Yeah. If you were to get it close with, say you're 2 degrees flat, that's not quite enough.
You get your pro to get it to where you know that when you put a club in, oh, that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But then if you want to get really tight on it,
Then
you go out and you do the dynamic
get
lie
your
test.
impact tape.